Hello students, I hope all of you are doing well in this lockdown 3.0 is forcing us to keep us inside our home, and we have to continue the teaching and learning online session. So today we are going to continue our session in computer graphics. As you know already, we have covered the most of the part in computer multimedia section. So we are going to try to cover this computer graphics section within the month of May, so that we can smoothly complete our syllabus in the online through online mode. Uh, the thing is, if you are facing any complexity or any difficulty understanding the lectures, you can always call me. We can also arrange the online classes if it is required according to your request. I hope all of you are following the lectures that we are providing. It is a massive task for us to provide the online lectures within our daily life of inside work, because apart from this online sessions, we also have to feed our families using every mean of this hodgepodge situation. In this hodgepodge situation, let's keep it aside and let's focus on the teaching and learning session. So today we are going to continue the clipping topic in computer graphics, and in the last session we have discussed about the point and line clipping. Today we are going to use the polygon clipping and see the some of the examples related to it. So let's begin. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about the polygon clipping. In the last lecture we have already discussed about the line clipping and point clipping, all of them, and we also discussed the Cohen-Sutherland algorithm related to the line clipping. So today we are going to continue our lecture from the clipping portion, and we are going to discuss polygon clipping. But before going on to polygon clipping, let's revisit what we discussed in the last lecture. So we discussed the Cohen-Sutherland line clipping, in which we have seen that these are the algorithm steps, and what we saw is the this region codes. First of all, we have to generate. So this was generated using the top, bottom, right, left approach, where we can generate the region code based on their placement. So if a point is placed over here, it is actually placed on the top left side, so it is going to have the region code of 1001. So anything that is lying in this region is going to have this region code. Anything that is lying in under this region is going to have 1000. Anything that is lying over here, it's going to have 1010. Like this, these region codes are going to be separated from each other, and if any line is absolutely inside the window, then it is going to have the region code of 0000, because it is actually in the middle of the total thing. So what we need to do, if it is totally if the starting and ending point of a line is having the region codes, we can get the region codes, and we have to make a logical AND operation between them. If the result is 0000, that means it is partially inside. If it is not that, it will be totally outside. So in case of partially inside, we have also applied that how to calculate that how much of that line is partially inside. So you can see that for this particular line, the starting and ending point is lying in the region code of 0001 and 1000. If you make a AND operation between them, you are going to get a result of 4 zeros. Okay, so that means it is partially inside. Now we have to calculate what is the intersection point. So in order to calculate the intersection points, we applied this method using the Cohen-Sutherland algorithm, that you have to calculate according to that y equals to mx plus c, or the value of m, where m is equals to y2 minus y1 and x2 minus x1. So what we did is, if it is in the left hand side this region, so in that case we have to see that which value is getting increased as we are going. So if we are going in this side, the value of y is actually remaining fixed and the value of x is actually changing. So in that case we have to just switch the x equals to xw max or x equals to xw min. And if the line is intersecting in any top or bottom boundary, in that case the value of y is actually changing. So in that case we have to change the yw mean and yw max accordingly. Okay, so this was the logic that we applied in the previous lecture. Now we have to look at one example where we are going to discuss that how a line is clipped. So let's take this example, that output of a no, we have to calculate the output of a line which is going from A point to B point, and A is 30, 60 and B is 60, 25, and the device coordinates are given from 10, 10 to 50, 50. So first of all we have to calculate the value of the device point. Okay, so this is actually 10 comma 10. Okay, so x min and y min. So if y min is 10, so it is also 10. If x min is 10, it is also 10. Okay, and what is the value of x max? X max is actually 50. So this is actually 50 comma 10. This is actually 50 comma 50, and this is 10 comma 50. So this is the coordinates. Okay, first of all, now we have to understand that what is the current position of the line. So it is going from 30 comma 60 to 60 comma 25. So 30 means towards the x position it is lying somewhere over here. Okay, so 30 is over here, and 60 means it might be somewhere here. So so let's say that this is 30 comma 60. Okay, this is the A point, and let's say that we have to calculate the value of B point or evaluate where that B point is lying. So 60 comma 25 means the value of that particular x point is lying beyond here. So this is actually 50, the x value of 50. So maybe 60 comma 25 is lying somewhere here. Okay, so because as it is 25, so it must be lying between 10 to 50. So let's take this point. Okay, instead of this point, let's take this one as 60 comma 25. Okay, so the line is actually uh, coming from here to here. This is looks like not a straight line, but just you have to assume that it is a straight line. That is happening due to uh, my poor drawing, but just let's just adjust for this one. Okay, so this is actually 30 comma 60, and this is 60 comma 25. So let's say this is the P point. uh, so let me just erase it over here, and let me just redraw it. So maybe it is like this is, let's say, the B point. Okay, because I need to show that it is actually going to the inside, because this 25 point is actually going to lie inside 60 comma 25 and 30 comma 60. So this x and y of these two are actually lying inside. Actually you can anticipate, if this was totally beyond the range of 50, and this was also totally beyond the range of 50, then we could have said that it is absolutely outside, but you can see that this is partially inside. Okay, so now we just have to calculate these 2 points. So in order to calculate these 2 points, we have to find out that which case will be applied for here. Okay, so in the let's take an example. So let's say that this is actually going to be A dashed, and this is actually going to be B dashed. Okay, so let's first of all try to evaluate what is going to be the value of A dashed. So in case of A dashed, you can see that it started from the it started from 30 comma 60, and it is going to 60,25. So if you look at the picture, you can get an assumption what we need to do. You can see that the closest line lying over here is x max and y max. So what is our problem? Our problem is not this 30 value. Our problem is basically this 60 value. So we have to assign w equals to y equals to yw max. Okay, because it cannot go beyond here. If it was if there was a case like this, in that case we have to calculate for this point y equals to yw min. Okay, but this is not the case over here. It is going beyond the value of the y max, so the highest value it can have is the y max. So in that case this is going to happen. So you can see that also for this particular algorithm we mentioned that if it is intersecting the top boundary, you have to set the y equals to yw max. So you are currently having all of the points required, and this is the equation that you need to apply for this particular point. So the value of x1 is what? The value of x1 is same, that 30. The value of y and y1 divided by m, where the value of y is actually yw max. So here the equation is going to be x1 is 30 plus y is yw max, that is 50, minus y1 is what? 60 divided by m. So m is nothing but you have to calculate the m of this particular line. So the value of m is 60 minus 25 divided by uh, uh, sorry, this is actually wrong. This is actually your x2 y2 and this is your x1 y1. So this is actually 25 minus 60. This should be 25 minus 60, and the value of x2 is 60 and the value of x1 is 30. So that is how you can get the value of m, and you will get the value of x3 in that case. Okay, so you will get the value what is over here. What will happen if it is intersecting the right boundary? This is going to happen where you have to set x equals to xw max and you have to calculate the value of new y3. Okay, so that is how it is going to happen. So in that case the value of y3 equals to uh, y1, where y1 is nothing but that 25 plus whatever you have. So that is how it is going to happen. Okay, so this is the particular example with respect to the whatever we have discussed so far. Next we are going to discuss about the polygon clipping. So in Sutherland Hodgman is a polygon clipping algorithm, but before that we need to understand what is a polygon clipping algorithm and how does it work. It actually works on the basis of that particular line clipping algorithm. You can see that in this image, this is a polygon given here. Now this total polygon is not completely inside the window or completely outside the window. So how can you clip it using the clipping method? So the basic idea is to clip the polygon according to the line clipping algorithm. So that means you can treat each of the line of this polygon as and consider it as a line clipping. But before you need to before doing that, you need to understand that first of all we have to uh, think about how much of the clipping is going to be applied for this particular example or for this kind of particular polygon clipping. So first of all, we have to identify that which lines are going to be clipped among this total polygon. Okay, so for example, in this V3 V4 line, you can see that this part is going to be clipped. Okay, so So you need to find this. Let's say this is actually V3 dash. You can find it using the line clipping. So similarly, you have to find this part, and this part also. Okay. But how can you identify that in total? Because whenever we are considering a line, we should have understood using the particular region code, using the Cohen-Sutherland algorithm, that how you can clip it. But in polygon clipping, it is going to be difficult, as it is having the polygon and multiple lines are working at a time. So you need to first of all these four possible situations you have to keep in mind while proceeding. So the first situation is if the first vertex is then outside the window and second vertex is inside the window, then second vertex is added to the output list. Okay. The point of intersection of the window boundary and polygon side is also added to the output line. So what does this line mean? This line basically means that first of all you have to identify that where you are going to start. So let's say we are starting from V1 and then we are going to V2, then V3, V4, V5 in this order. So whenever we are going in this order, we have to find out that the first vertex is outside the window. Yes, it is outside the window, that is V1. The second vertex is inside the window. No, it is not inside the window. It is also outside the window. So the total thing, the second vertex is added to the output list. So the second window is added to the output list, and the point of intersection of the window boundary and polygon side is also added to the output list. Okay, now in this case, or actually when it is happening, you have to use every side of the particular window, and then you have to mention. So whenever we are considering v1 to v2, first of all we have to consider using the left hand side. So first of all you are doing the traversal for this left boundary. Okay, so whenever it is v1 to v2, so v1 is actually inside the left boundary, but v2 is outside the left boundary. Whenever we are doing v2 to v3, actually v2 is still outside but v3 is inside, so you take the intersection point of v3 dash. Okay, next whenever we are doing for v4 v5, all of these are inside the window whenever we are considering it as a um, left boundary. Then we have to move to, let's say that we are now considering the, so after the first iteration it will look like this. So v1 is going to be intact, v2 is not going to stay intact. So let's say this is what we had. Let me just redraw it. So let's say this is our window and v1 started from here and went up to here, v2. Okay, but v2 was outside the window. So in the second case, what is going to happen is this v2 is not going to be existed at all. Okay, so it started from v1 and there is going to be v2 dashed instead from here, and from here it is going to v3, v4, v5 and again back to v1. Okay, so this is v1, v3, v4 and v5. Now whenever we are considering the top window, obviously this part and this part is going to be clipped. Whenever we are considering the bottom window, obviously this part is going to be clipped. And whenever we are considering the right window, nothing is going to be clipped. So that's how we are going to get this total thing using the uh, particular Sutherland-Hodgman algorithm. Okay, so this is how it is going to work. So let me just redraw what is going to be left inside this thing. Okay, so let me just use another ink. Let's say red ink. So this is the part This is the part, this is the part, this part, this one, this and this is going to be the output. Okay, so actually this one was considered v1 dashed for over here. Actually, whenever we are considering the left boundary, we saw that this v1 dash came into play, but when we look at the bottom boundary, we will see that v1 dash is also outside the bottom boundary. So in that case, we are going to get the v2 dash and also going to get the v5 dash. So that is how it is going to work. So this is going to be the final output. So that is how Sutherland Hodgman algorithm works. I know it is bit of mess, but that is how it is going to work. So first of all, you have to think about, or let's say, first of all, you have to start from a certain point. You have to do a traversal from that point to the end point, and you have to start with a certain boundary. So best idea is to start with left boundary, then go to top boundary, then go to right boundary, and finally come to uh, bottom boundary. Okay, so you start from left, then top, then bottom, then finally right. Okay, so that is how it's going to work. So and the clipping is obviously going to work as the line clipping. So if you have the points of this one and this one, you can obviously clip the intersection over here using that particular Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm. So that is how it is going to work. So I hope it was clear to everyone. Next we are moving to the 3D transformation, so that we can finally move to the final module of the computer graphics, and then we are going to try to end the syllabus within the month of May. Till then, stay safe, stay at home. Thank you. If you have any question, please ask me via call or text. Catch you in the next one. Bye.